Welcome!
Hi, we are Lady Gotcha.
I'm T1.
I'm Kimiko.
And I'm Sarah.
We are your 411 for everything Stray Kids. So come on and join us.
Today we are talking more about security. This is part 2 of our deep dive into idol security and privacy, what's going wrong, what can be done to help these idols out. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about everything we didn't in the first one. So it's going to be tour incidents, it's going to be things that happen at home, everything else. So why don't we start off with tour incidents? Fans getting too close, fans getting past security. You'd think that it wouldn't happen since there's just like actually even more so than the airport, because when they're on tour, it's their private security, it's the venue security, it's the hotel security, and yet somehow people are getting past all of these layers.
Yeah,
it's just mind-boggling.
Yeah, they said that in Paris there was a lot of fans outside the hotel just hanging out, just waiting.
I think that's ridiculous because of the fact that, why would you want to get into someone's personal space again to get information or to see what the hell they're doing? Do you
What
want
about loitering laws? Loitering laws. I mean, don't most places have a no loitering type thing?
Right? But again, it depends on the country, the state, it really rules are completely different everywhere. And what is people's mindset? Like, seriously, what is your mindset on when going to someone's house? It's a human being's house, it's their personal space. What is in your mind, going through your mind? Like, oh, I want to go see so and so and see what they're doing. I don't know them, they don't know me, so I'm just gonna go and stalk around. Like, what is in your mind?
Well, what I want to know is, how are they even getting this information? How are they finding out where the guys are staying? Because that is not supposed to get leaked, not by JYPE staff, not by hotel staff. That's a big violation of client privacy. Like,
well, the one guy that I was watching was talking about the Sustain network. These people literally go into these positions, these job positions, just to get that information to leak it out to others. I don't know if they get paid or not. I'm sure they get paid, but I mean, just taking jobs with different hotels and things like that. But even their hotel in LA was like so far off the beaten path. One of the stays that was staying there, she was constantly, she's like, the painting on the walls are peeling, the lights flicker off and on when you try to turn it on. I mean, it was not a 5-star hotel.
well, and they weren't even in LA. It was like out in Santa Barbara or something like that.
Yeah, it was some kind of weird, and that explains the bites. I think a lot.
Yeah, if you're not getting a five-star hotel, then you're gonna get bed
But I know
bugs.
a lot of people were complaining because yeah, they were staying there, but in JYP was staying in a really nice hotel downtown. And they're like, why couldn't the kids have stayed there as well? I mean, the security probably would have been a whole lot better.
Well, I mean, I think they were trying to not be obvious of where exactly that they're staying, um, because knowingly you're gonna have a concert there, so might as well have the space and stay as far as you can. So in that aspect, I would believe that they would be out of either out of city or out of state. I mean, not out of state, but out
out
of
of the beaten path. But like even in Dallas Fort Worth, the concert was downtown Fort Worth, and I think they stayed in Dallas, which I lived there for many years. And yeah, it's all kind of one connected, but it's still a really long drive from point A to point B if you're going, from Fort Worth to Dallas.
Yeah, because it's an
So,
enormous metro area.
oh
yeah.
yeah, it's huge because it's not just that. It's it's Irving and it's Arlington and it's Grand Prairie and it's all these cities that are converged together. And you go just one. I mean, you can go from point A to point B and go through 15 different cities. Not that many, but you know what I'm talking about. And
Yeah,
so
Utah's the same way.
yeah, and so the fact that these people have pinpointed where they were staying, or when they went to the museum or the aquarium or something like that, it's like, dude, y'all were following them. There is no way you were going to a concert in Fort Worth and just happened to end up at the art museum in Dallas. You're a liar. Somebody told you where they were going.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of these visits outside were not publicized at all.
Mhm.
Only the staff would have known.
Yeah. So it's just a really huge network of people, and I don't understand what they get out of it. But they could be getting paid. Maybe that's how they can afford to fly all over the world to stalk these guys. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
and
that
who
just
knows, maybe they're doing a whole lot of con artist style calls, because I know that's becoming a thing with a lot of idols, is people just dialing up their cell phone numbers claiming to be package delivery couriers, saying, hey, I need to confirm your address, and then
yeah.
suddenly this fan
It was
shows up on their
Taehyung, I think I
doorstep.
read. Yeah. There was an incident with Taehyung. I don't even know who that is, truthfully, but I was reading the thread on it, and this person pretended to be a package delivery service, got his address, and then leaked his address. And I'm just like,
Are you talking about RM?
no, it was Taehyung, Tae, and then Taehyung. I don't. But anyway,
And
but even
he's
like
not the
that,
only one that's happened to. He's the most recent victim of that.
yeah.
But that scam's been done a lot.
Jackson Wang, called one out because she caught him getting into the car or something, and he looked at her. He says, "Aren't you the one that leaked my parents' address?" And it wasn't a happy moment. So what do they get out of this? All you're doing is pissing these artists off. Yeah, you're going to be known to them, but not for anything good.
Right.
I mean, it's literally compromising their personal safety. Like, they can't feel safe
Absolutely.
at home because these selfish assholes are leaking their personal information all over the internet.
Yep.
Where are they going to go to relax and recoup?
Where is their
There's
safe
no place to
space?
safe.
Where is their safe personal life? And that's the thing that I completely understand, that if they want to go off grid for that reason and take the time for their mental health, then do your own thing. I ain't gonna stop you. It's just the fact that the people that have no morals, no respect whatsoever for other people and themselves, and if it's because of the fact that you need money, go out there and get an actual job, work hard just like the rest of us, pay those damn taxes. But that is a lazy freaking job to have, to be able to go to stalk people. It's stalking. Like,
Literally.
let me go stalk you. Like, let me put you in their shoes and see how you feel. Like, oh,
Right.
I'm getting $2,000 or however how much you're getting from these sources. It's ridiculous. I'd rather just, work at a nice decent job than go stalk somebody just for the fun of it and get paid for it. Like, it's ridiculous. That's stalking money. That's not working hard money. That is just stalking. That's stupidity money. Like, you ain't doing nothing for your life. You're actually putting yourself out there as a stalker. You're not going to get a job anywhere if it's publicized that you are stalking somebody and ruining someone else's life. And you could possibly go to jail for it.
Well,
Yeah.
it's sad when the record labels have to actually put out press releases saying, hey, you remember this thing called stalking laws with all these fines and jail time, and that, CCTV footage is a thing, and we've got video of you doing this stuff.
They're just greedy assholes that don't care about anything, and it's downright pissing me off because they have no respect for anybody. I ain't gonna give you any kind of remorse or respect or any recognition for the fact that you are ruining other people's lives. It's simple
And
as
happy
that.
about it.
Yeah, and happy about it. Oh, I got
I
this
don't
money.
I don't understand it because look, I mean, even with the airports, look at how long people literally just stand there waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I have better. My ADHD brain is like, yeah, you ain't doing that. I mean, because in that 2 hours you're standing there, you could have done 50 other things.
Huh, yeah. I could crochet at this time. I don't feel like it, but hey.
Well,
Pretty much.
Well, the people who aren't making money off of it, who are like, hey, I followed so-and-so to the door of their dormitory. It's like, yeah, and you made them incredibly uncomfortable the whole time. Do you want to stop and think about how long they may have spent in their room crying because they were having a panic attack because they got followed to their fucking door?
Yeah,
Right.
and it's bullying. It's also bullying because in the
Yeah.
social media is the top number one bullying of the surface of everybody because you're actually hurting somebody. You're hurting them mentally, you're hurting them physically, and it's ruining their mindset. It's ruining their social being, and they're not exactly gonna be all buddy buddy to you or to anybody else because you're ruining it. You just completely ruin this person because of your selfishness.
Yep.
I don't care for them. I will not respect them. And it goes the same as any celebrity that don't give respect for anybody. We're all human beings. We're all trying to make a living. I get that. But for the fact that you are being absolutely rude to someone that really needs time for themselves and there's no security to themselves. They're trying to protect themselves and you're not giving them that. You're not giving them the time of day to be able to actually be a human being. They're just being robots doing the same damn thing going out in the world. Like, how would you feel if you went outside and bam, somebody's right in front of you, like outside of your home, outside of your comfort zone? And how would you feel if some stranger just coming right up to your property and taking pictures of you? It's rude.
Oh, I know exactly how it is because I had to move 800 miles to avoid a stalker in my hometown. I mean, there were certain places and local events that I couldn't go to without a friend to be my wingman and bodyguard the entire time. Like, none of my social media has my real name on it. I don't publish any of my writing with my real name on it in order to put that extra layer of security so people can't find where I live.
And that's the thing. What if it would be, it would be so much better if people weren't so disrespectful for others and judging. Yeah, we're on here, judging reporters and stuff like that, but there's a reason behind it. But there are people that are so judgmental and get up in your face and point out every flaw, every aspect of your life, and getting pictures and putting you in public, humiliating. I can't say it right, sorry.
Humiliating.
Yeah, I'm tongue tied. I don't care.
Mhm.
Like, you're hurting their mental health. And that's not the number one reason why that people commit suicide, but it's the many reason why. Like, we need us people that have that mentality to know a person that is not doing so well. We have the need, the want as a human being to protect that person from that sake of point where they don't want to be here no more. And social media and the reporters are given them the reason to act on suicidal, and it's depressing. It's saddening when you see a person in their eyes and you're actually seeing them so depressed because they don't have that personal space, they don't have that personal life, and you're just giving all their life out there. Not everybody wants their life out there. There's some things that are kept for us, for the personal people that actually understand us. But you're pushing them to depression. You're pushing them to where they're actually going to feel like they don't want to leave outside of their house, want to do anything. And God forbid, these boys, stray kids, are so mature about um all the bullying and stuff that's going around and all the rumors. They're acting mature about it because they're not giving them time of day. And I just I seriously hope for the best for everybody else to understand why we need to encourage these reporters and these obsessive fans and these stalkers to stop what they're doing and actually think about that person. Everybody, think about everybody, think about yourself and self-respect for everything. You're hurting, you're hurting everybody, you're hurting yourself, and it's wrong. We're trying to
Well,
make this world better, but you're making it worse. And
and especially our kids, they really put a lot of their life out there and share it with us. So there's no reason to stand outside the convenience store and wait for one of them to walk out. I mean, that's just
they give us a whole
ridiculous.
bunch of pictures, so
They give us a whole bunch of a lot of things.
Well, as open and as resilient as our guys are, I still worry about them because everyone has their breaking point. And
Mhm.
I've been in K-pop long enough to know that, it's a regular thing for idols to announce they're going on a hiatus for physical health, mental health. It seems like at least one a week is going on a break so that they can take care of themselves. And just because our guys haven't done that yet doesn't mean that they won't.
Mhm.
And all of these violations of privacy, the stalking, the screaming and yelling at the airports, and all of this, it takes a toll. And I just can't help but worry that one of these days it's going to be one of their names in uh, a news report saying they're taking a break.
I
Yeah.
really wasn't hoping that you were gonna say that they're gonna be on the news that this person's gone. I was like,
I mean,
I was
it's
about to cry. Like,
no,
seriously.
It's happened. It's
and I
happening
don't
too
want
much.
this, and then I don't want it to happen. I want them to be safe and happy and continue to produce content and music the way that they want to for us. But it keeps getting worse. Like, for the first half of the Maniac tour, I didn't hear a single report of them getting followed to their hotel, standing around the outside the hotel, or any of that. But the encore tour, it happened multiple times. And so as their fame increases, just doing the math in my head, incidents like this are unfortunately going to keep happening unless people wise up and wise up fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or we organize a stay army to barricade the
bodyguard.
hotel
Yeah.
or something.
I am not gonna bother you, sir. So I'm just gonna go right here and just watch around, making sure that nobody touches you because you are mine. No.
We don't want you to get in trouble and sued for hurting them, but we've got bail money. So
Yeah,
let
right.
us.
Maybe we should start that GoFundMe right now before
Go
there are
fund it,
tours,
yeah.
so that we can have, that bail money.
We'll take turns,
for-
right? We'll take turns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mama
got
State
first.
Security Service.
Well, today was talking about boxing, and I was like, maybe we should all start taking that up.
Yeah, you know what? It's actually a good stress reliever in if you have like not anger issues, but a little bit angerish kind of feeling, whatever. It's actually it takes out the grudge. It does. It's a big reliever.
I was
Punching
only going to
bag.
take it because it teaches me to hit somebody without breaking my hand.
I do it. I mean, hey,
But
I'd do anything. I'll try anything to.
I don't think that the stalking was as bad in some of the areas as it was in LA. LA just like took the cake on that one.
Yeah,
And I know that one group has followed them. In fact, I think all of those groups that got caught has followed them all over.
the
'Cause I know that
Democrats
she
or
said
the
that
PP.
the PB, she said she thought she saw them in Paris. But then it makes me wonder, well, if you're following them around like this, who are you to talk, even though you say you're not stalking them, but yet you're at all of these places just like they are? It kind of makes me wonder.
And coming up with these weak ass cover stories that don't hold water.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
I can't believe anybody even believed that one. But I mean, if our boys are in a gym and girls walk in wearing denim mini skirts to work out, really? Really? How stupid do you think everybody else is? Really?
Yeah, let's get all prettied up. I don't understand why do people put makeup on when they go work out? When it's all gonna sweat right off.
And the thing that gets me, I've worked in hotels, and you usually have to have a room key card to get into the gyms and things.
Yep.
Yeah, but they weren't in a
So
5-star hotel. What in?
I don't think it matters because they don't want people just walking into their pools and things, but didn't pay for a room.
Hell,
Hell, I can't even get into the gym at my own apartment complex without a key fob. So
Yeah.
actually, the one there's a couple hotels I know that you can get into them, but the security is kind of top notch, and our cops are assholes. Some of the cops. But
Oh, I've
there's
known some. So
there's places, there's our hotels and motels that have gyms and whatnot, that don't need a key fob because I mean they haven't been built. We got old hotels, just put it that way. We got old hotels. Don't
and this one may have been an older hotel. I don't know that you had to have a key swipe because I wasn't there. But when you start seeing these Instagram pictures and things where these people all of a sudden ran into them at the aquarium or the Coca-Cola museum or the art museum and I'm like, oh, you just happen to run into them. Like the one in Paris. Oh, I was walking around Paris trying to find a Starbucks and look who I saw. Really? Really? You just happen to look for a Starbucks in an area that there's no Starbucks, but just happen to run into those stray kids leaving a restaurant. Yeah, okay, because we're gonna believe you on that one. Not. I mean, there may be some people out there that's stupid, but I think the majority of the fandom knows.
But, you know, I see the fact that, someone wants to take a picture of it, because, big fan, at a far distance.
It
But
wasn't a far distance, and this was. If you see the picture, it's not an entertainment district. Like it's just building after building, and it wasn't even like the pretty type buildings that you would walk by. It actually looked like a little alleyway. And you can't tell me that they didn't walk down there with a purpose, because I guarantee you, if there had been a Starbucks down there, you would have noticed it. You didn't have to walk down that particular alley. They knew exactly what they were doing.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh my God. The world
You
is ending.
forgot what you were going to say? What?
I know. Zombie apocalypse in 3, 2.
Sit and spin, sweetheart. Sit and spin. And yes, I will put that on there because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I am me. I am me. Thank you very much. Hello.
And I'm like, okay, how? I can't help but wonder what kind of driving skills, what kind of crazy girlfriend stalking skills these people have to be able to follow them from place to place like that. Because unless you are bugging their car and just following it spy style, you've got to have some amazing driving skills to follow a car through these major metropolises.
Were they the ex-cop or something like that? Like, seriously? I mean, you have to be at a safe distance to know that you're not being followed. Because, like, God forbid.
And not knowing which way they're going to turn and suddenly being able to adjust to go, oh, okay, I've got to go over here.
Right.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't get it, because my mindset is not the kind of person to go off grid and start doing a James Bond kind of look for this kind of person. I have a life.
Well, there was one time that I followed a particular hockey team, and we were in Lubbock for the game, and then we were literally supposed to follow the bus into Amarillo, which is 2 hours north. We couldn't keep up, and we couldn't stay with them. So even knowing that, I mean, it was the bus driver that was like, be sure you keep up with me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that did not happen. So even knowing that, it's like these people they got a whole different skill set that I don't have, because there is no way I'd be able to keep up with them. And they're supposedly, they just run into these people. I'm like, no. Someone told you exactly where to go and when they were going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
They take their own selfies. They give us every selfie. Well, not every selfie they take. They give us selfies all the time. There's really no reason to be stalking them for a picture.
Yeah, and none of these events were intended to be photo opportunities anyways. It was just them being tourists and having fun.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they took a video of themselves actually being at the aquarium, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point? You're not gonna, like I said before, you're not gonna get any recognition. The only recognition you're gonna get is a stalker.
It's negative.
Yeah, you're not gonna. Sooner or later, they're gonna find out who the hell you are and ban you from everything, and possibly put you in jail or prison. I don't know. Technically, if I wanted to, people can get away with this. They could technically say that if this sort of person or whoever's stalking them is making me self-harm myself or dangerous, that person goes to jail. And that's on your record. Yeah. And do you want that on your record? I don't think so. It's not that important for you to actually go into someone's personal space and try to commit a crime, technically, it's a crime. I don't give a shit what everybody else says. You are getting into someone else's life, and it's not your business to actually get into their life and to wonder if they took a shit or not for the next time. It's just like, I
Mhm.
don't care. I don't care. I do and I don't care of what that person's doing at that moment. As long as they're having a good time and happy and doing what they love to do, so be it. Leave it alone. It's like for everybody else around this world that try to do what they want to do. But the one thing you shouldn't be doing is stalking somebody, because it's a crime. I think it's a crime, and it should be in the law to not to I get okay. So be 25 feet, be a distance from a person, and then take a couple of shots, then be on your way. Don't have to stand there and like gawking like you're a freaking psychopath, like a psycho killer, probably. That person could probably put your ass in jail being a psycho. I'm kind of scared of that person. That person might be a psycho. There you go. I mean, a lot of people don't want to deal with court system, but still, if they want their personal space, do what you want to do. Get their ass in jail, put them where they should be, or respect everybody and give them personal space.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot of people were getting reamed pretty good when they were taking photographs and videos and stuff of the kids when they shouldn't have been. And a lot of the fandom was telling them, take it down. I mean, what is your point of sharing this? You've already got it. So now you're just looking for attention.
Right, and I remember when the guys first came out, debut, and they were over here, and it's they were doing a concert. I can't remember what it was. I know it was it Spotify? No. It was something, I don't know. Um anyways, all the crowds, all the fans like pushed everybody forward. And there was
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah, I remember that.
couple of people were suffocating from it. Like,
Was it
I
here
don't
or was it in Europe? I thought it was in Europe.
know, I think it was here because the guys were
I don't
talking
know.
English.
Yeah, yeah, they were trying to get the crowd to go back because everybody was crowding in and people were getting crushed. And I think in that particular area, after telling them several times and they didn't do it, all of the guys left the stage
Mhm.
and waited for things to calm down, and then they came back out.
Now, in that aspect, like, if the stalking and the rumors and the harassments and the bullying don't stop, that's gonna be like that. Picture it. Just completely picture it. The guys are completely gone. All the celebrities, taking their hiatus, stuff like that, taking their time. They're gonna be gone. Then what are you gonna do? You got nothing.
One, I know one member. Um, I was hearing stories that he used to love to come on a platform and talk and read the comments and things. And now that the cyberbullying has gotten so bad towards him, he comes on not very often, posts one
Mhm.
or two things, and he's gone again.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
And that
I
makes me super sad.
it does. It makes you upset because the baby stays. I'm a baby stay. I became a stay in September 2022 last year. So I want to be able to connect with them, as a human being and not be obsessed. I'm sorry, I'm not obsessed. I'm not obsessed with anything. The only time I'm obsessed is when I'm sleeping. But I would like to connect with them because in some of their hobbies, I actually like as well, and that's another thing of not thinking that they're celebrities. They're just another human being, because we vibe together. We actually can agree on quite a few hobbies to do, or talk about stuff. Like Suman, every single time I see him live, he's not that talkative. But, I told a couple of people, well, if you want him to talk a lot more, then get him like interested in a subject like baseball. He
Yeah.
loves baseball. And hell, I love baseball, and my team is actually sucking right now. So,
And
yay.
he's fixing to
But
throw the pitch out at the baseball
yeah,
game
like
on
give
the.
give them something to talk about. But it's saddening that I don't get the time to be able to talk to Hyunjin because everybody else is ruining it for me. Like
Yeah.
I love his artwork. I want to talk more about it, but he is ghosting all the time, not purposely, but it's
Well, no, I think it is purposely. I think that, um, and this just recently came out. He's got this whole, what do you call it? It's definitely not fandoms. Antis
antis.
has this whole group of antis over on a particular chat forum that literally spends money just so they can cyberbully him. That is asinine, and something needs to be done about it. But nothing ever will be.
Well,
I mean,
and people do it to the antis do it to Chan too during his
yeah,
lives. I mean,
yeah,
there are a lot of stays who just read the comments just to police these antis and make it their, hobby to drown out the hate with love and just to protect our guys so we can continue having these live streams and this interaction with them. Because if we don't do something, since the platforms aren't doing anything and the label isn't doing anything effective to protect the guys, we're going to lose this contact with them.
yeah,
And it, like you said, there's so many things that used to happen, so many interactions that we used to have that we don't anymore, that the baby stays don't know. This is my second year in the fandom, and yeah, there is a lot that doesn't happen that used to, and it breaks my heart. And I don't want to think about the things that the things that we still have now that may not be happening a year or two in the future.
yeah,
And it is saddening because like I'm not able to connect with Hyunjin or
yeah,
Changbin, and you're taking it away from everybody else. You're ruining our fun, our happiness, our safe place. And when it comes to the platforms, the um any of the platforms making an accounts, um I get that is it's not exactly easy to get rid of the bullies because um any and everybody can make a fake account and make it non traceable to where they can be accountable. But I put it I don't know if I put it on community or somewhere, but I said that if we give them a time of day, if we give the bullies the spotlight and argue about it, because we're just pretty much arguing to a brick wall. We don't know who
yeah,
these people are. We don't know where they're from. It's a fake account, and um, all we could do is just flood it with love. That's all we could do. I put it on community that we're all not alone. We're all here try to have peace and to be able to be happy with the world and ourselves, and to come together as a whole, a big community. And that's what happened. Everybody started flooding with love and positive. That's what we need to do, is just flood it so it actually counteracts. It takes it all out. There's no more. It may still be there, but it overweighs
It's
the love.
drowned.
Yeah, it's drowning out all of our love, all of our positive, you know. And put it this way, I'm a fan of Stays as well. Their edits are awesome. Your guys' edits are just phenomenal. Like, I don't even know how the hell to do all of that kind of stuff sometimes, but uh, Stray Kids and Stays are so awesome. We're the best community out there as far as I see. Um, to bring positive and to bring peace. That's the one biggest thing. We are family. For me, as I see it, we are a family. We are a community. We came together for a reason, and that reason is to bring more positive into this world and to show that we can love one another, show that we can be happy. And it's and that's what Stays did. They overrided everything. They overrided the negative. They took out that toxic and they just put love. They put their heart and soul into messaging every artist and say that we are here.
Well, I know that, this last, week and a half or whatever, they were telling everybody, report these, report these, report these, email JYP. Number one, I reported a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't like little hate. These were all out, never should have been written hate. And out of all of those I reported, one account was taken down. One. And I guarantee you, I reported, I want to say 30 to 40 different, it wasn't even comments, it was actual profiles I was reporting, and they took down one. So the love thing, yeah, you just have to flood that out. But quit emailing JYP. They
Mm-hmm.
can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do anything about it. All you're doing is flooding a system so that when people actually have something really bad that they need to email with, they're getting lost.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're because you're flooding it with all this other stuff they can't do anything about. I mean, it's basically like dialing 911 to report your dog, bit your toe or whatever. They're not going to do anything about it. They can't. They have no recourse to do it. South Korea does not have a cyberbullying law. They trashed that because they couldn't get to it in time. Which I'm not going to get started on governments of any kind, but
No
there
politics.
is no cyber. Yeah. Well, no, it's not even that. It's like when you're seeing all these idols commit suicide over cyberbullying. So you bring a cyberbullying law to vote on, and because it's your time to go on break or whatever, so you don't bother getting this passed through, and then you just throw it away in the next session. You're not working for the people. JYP put out a statement talking about the one thing they can control, which is bubble. I don't know what, we're not in the behind the scenes. We don't know what they're doing. We don't know how they can do it or anything of that sort. So they are trying. They're trying. So stop flooding their email with this stuff. Do like Sarah did. Fill it with love. I mean, that's all you can do. If you have the one bad comment, put 50 comments underneath it showing love. Don't respond to these people because that's what they're doing. They want attention.
Yeah, they want attention. That's the thing. Like a little child throwing a tantrum. They want that attention, but they're throwing a fit for something very small. So just override it. Just fill it up, and that's all you got to do. That's all you can do, because when it comes to the technology system, Instagram, TikTok, any of those platforms, it is stupid to, I mean, I don't want to say it's a waste of time, but it kind of is, because if you think about it, um they're just making fake accounts. Like I said before, they're just making fake accounts to where it's not traceable. And it's a way to make it not traceable. You know, they can make a new email, new number, and all that kind of stuff. Just like scammers calling you for a freaking warranty on your goddamn car. So it's just like that. It's no sense. You know, JYP, I give you props. I do. If they see it, if they see this, I give them props because they're trying as hard as they could. And the Stray Kids staff, skit staff, you know, everybody in the entertainment industry are trying so hard when it comes to the bullying and stuff like that. And they're actually trying to send out positive. And actually, I see it, the way I see it, the Stray Kids are actually ignoring it because they're not giving them time of day. They're not giving them the spotlight.
Yeah.
Negative can turn into a positive. They always say that saying throughout our entire lives. It does. A negative could be turned into a positive. And if you're sending love to anybody and everybody, I understand. I completely understand. It makes you angry because it does. It makes a person angry to send out negative stuff when there's no point to. There's no reason for you to be negative. And when we're trying to live in this world, we're trying to make a positive impact on everybody, especially our children. What do you think about the teenagers? Like, honestly, what do you think about your children once you have them? You know, like, how are you going to be influenced on your kids or your cousins or, you know, these little kids don't deserve to know that there is negative in this world. You know, we're already struggling for a lot of our mental issues. You know, our mental health is not the greatest. And I fear for the kids these days, you know, that are struggling and don't understand. You gotta just send out positive things, you know, just be respectful and encouraging for people to have ability to do anything and everything in this world. And it would make it a lot easier. Not a lot easier, but a lot better in this world to be positive and to work together as a whole. You know,
Last fall, there were a few incidents where the guys were being followed around town in Seoul. And there were some fans and some sasaengs who not only followed them to the door of the building, but into the elevator and to their actual door, the dorm door. And JYP had to issue a public statement reminding them that these are the repercussions for stalking laws. We have CCTV footage and it has been turned over to the police. They have the evidence necessary to prosecute. And then in addition to that, they said that, you know, the individuals who are doing this and who persist in these activities will also be banned from all concerts, fan activities, the fan community. They won't be able to sign up for the fan clubs anymore. They will just be persona non grata.
I was wondering if they had a ban list because I know another one of the groups that just debuted here recently was having a whole lot of trouble with the Sasaengs, and they actually have a ban list. Like when these females show up to concerts, they are escorted out. I don't know if Stray Kids, I haven't heard of Stray Kids having that. And I think it's just because they've gotten so big because this other group is, you know, they're playing auditoriums, they're not playing stadiums. So I don't know if there's like a whole network where they post these pictures of these females that they don't want around them anymore. Because I know one that was, she would literally walk next to the members like she was part of their group. And you could see the irritation in the faces of the guys. But I don't know. I mean, what do you do? I mean, you know that these the two groups that we touched on today, you know that they're known because people are recognizing them.
Mm-hmm.
But they still cornered two of our guys in a gym, which should never have happened in the first place.
Yeah, that's creepy. That's on the psycho creepy part.
Well, this is the same group that took the towel in sweat. Ugh. So it was the denim mini skirt people. So
Why? Why? Do you feel better just
Like-
sniffing somebody else's freaking?
well, but the pimpy group was like literally bothering them, trying to show them how to use the machine. It's like pretty sure they're smart enough to figure this out, and they didn't ask for your help to begin with.
Like if you're a real fan, you know how often these guys go to the gym,
Work
how
out.
long they spend every day working out. Like this is not their first time on a treadmill. This is not their first time seeing an elliptical. They know what the hell they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But they shouldn't need bodyguards at the gym so that they
No,
can
they
have
shouldn't.
the privacy to work out and do what they need to do for their body.
And I know some people who engage in this behavior throw it as a defense. Well, if they didn't want us to follow them around, if they didn't want us taking their pictures 24/7, they shouldn't have become celebrities.
No,
That's not an argument at all. Like they're still human
No.
beings. They still have the right to privacy. They still have body autonomy. Like
Yeah, I don't know.
Karma.
Bad
Karma's
thing.
gonna be knocking on your door pretty soon.
You would hope so, but
until
the
then, what
one-
are we gonna do?
right. I was
There's a service
I was
delay with
tell-
karma.
there's a yeah, I'm not that patient. I was telling Sarah about the story of the group I was talking about. And they were playing in, I want to say Tennessee, like the Ryman Auditorium. That's where they were playing. So not a large venue. And this girl who was talking on TikTok about it, she stated straight up. She says, I had had a couple of shots before the concert. She says, and that could be why. But she said these three girls were behind her with an illegal camera to take pictures because you were not allowed to take pictures in that auditorium. And they kept telling her she needed to move because they were trying to get camera shots. And they were Korean because she's like, yeah, that's not going to happen. And she turns around. She was a Korean American, so she knew exactly what the three behind her was saying. And she turned around to them and she says, bitches, this is America. I will kick your ass. And they were quiet the rest of the concert. So, and you hate to be to that point, but maybe that's what's needed.
Yeah, but violence is not the answer. Like it just creates more freaking drama.
I know.
And then
But
Chan
you don't
will be
have to
upset
do
with
anything.
us.
You can just threaten it because I don't think any of them are brave enough to take you on.
Yeah.
Or we just need to do my solution, which is just to get the guys their own private metalhead security force. Just get a bunch of 6 foot tall guys with face piercings, sleeve tattoos,
motorcycle
who
boys
voluntarily stand at the edge of mosh pits for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And let them stare down the sasaengs and put the fear of God in them.
Yeah. I don't know.
You cannot handle anybody that can handle the mosh pit. That's for damn sure.
I don't do mosh pits. I don't even do community on double. So there's that. I don't have the patience for it.
I don't know. It's just bottles my brain. Like, how the fuck are you a human being when you are stalking somebody and putting it on social media? do you have any brain cells at all when you put it on social media?
attention.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes along the story of there is no, what is it? There is no bad media attention or something like that. How does that statement go? There is no bad press. And I'm just like, so you're stalking. There's millions of us watching you stalk, and you're so proud of it because you want that attention.
Yeah, they got the
That's got to be
validation
what
that
it is. Yeah, it's got to be for attention. I mean, I can't think of any other reason. Like, hey, look at me, look at me.
Well, that's
Hey, you're
just
a
like
stalker.
on social media. Any
Yeah.
platform, anybody wants likes. Anybody wants like popular. It's like high school. We're in freaking high school. Let's get out of high school, people. I'm
yeah,
done
high
with
school wasn't all that great.
High school.
I don't know. I had a lot of fun in high school. So
Okay,
I had more fun
$2.
skipping high school than I did in high school, but that's another story.
Yeah, I'm obviously the Mackinac because I wasn't the goody good, but I did my shit. Well, my senior
oh
year,
no,
I
I
dropped
was
rebel.
I was a goody good. I was a goody good.
But anyways, it just familiarized that it seems like high school. It's always high school. We're always like wanting to be liked. We always want to be popular. Well, I typically don't care, but and you want the likes. You want to be on a top notch. I mean, in some platforms you get paid for it. I get that, but to go as far as to stalk somebody to get paid for it and to get likes for it and all that kind of good stuff, yeah, that's kind of dumb on your part to actually think that you have the ability and the right to actually stalk somebody, especially when that particular person can actually turn you in to the cops and say that this person is actually harm, psycho, possible, could kill me, any kind of way, the guys don't know
But
you, and they
Oh my
don't know
gosh.
us. They don't know
I
us.
really think this all goes back to who's leaking the information.
Right.
Because there is no possible way two groups of things can be in the same hotel as the guys that is way off the beaten path without somebody telling them where these guys are at. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Kimiko.
Okay.
What was
No,
it?
no. You're the high school comparison just unlocked something in my brain and gave me a light bulb moment. And I'm wondering if that really is the root of what's behind all of this. Because, when they started this fandom, they came right out and said, we're creating a safe space for the lost, the forgotten, the outcasts. And we found them, and we're the ones who are putting in the work defending the
Oh
guys
no,
and
I
drowning out
did
the
not
hate with
find them. They
love.
found me.
And I'm wondering if all of the antis, the saucings, if this is just a matter of jealousy because they know that this fandom was never intended for them.
The start, how they debut, there was a small group, right? And they got all the attention from the guys. What if they're the jealous ex-girlfriend kind of sort of situation going on there, where they're not getting all the attention that they want? I get that. I'm on the right page with you, Kimiko.
So we just got to figure out how to boot the popular attention-seeking ones.
Yeah. That
I don't want to gatekeep the community and the fandom.
Yeah.
But it may come to that just to protect them and to continue forward the longevity of this community.
Yeah.
But
this community,
it's all jealousy because this is for us and not them.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
in my mind, this is going deeper than that. This isn't just an original fan versus acquired fan later thing. This is a person who was always popular in school, always got all the attention, and knowing that this fandom was intended for people not like them. Specific, that's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, hell to the no, dude, because I was one of them. I am still one of them because, well, I didn't give two shits to be popular, so you could go fuck yourself on that one. So the fact that, just because
it's the cheerleaders and the jocks acting up to get attention because the nerds and the choir and orchestra dorks are the ones who are getting all the attention and the focus,
It could possibly, it seems like it sounds more like if you put it out there, yeah, kind of, because they're the prissy princess that freaking wants daddy's money and freaking want their way and want the attention, throwing a goddamn toddler tantrum. Like, it sounds familiar. It does. And it's ridiculous. Oh my god. This is why I don't talk to many females these days. Ever, because they're so dramatic. But for you to be absolutely idiotic and actually put out there so much mean words for the person that you idolize, and for you to get your attention by just sending out threats, that's ridiculous. That is just stupidity right there. You only have no brain cells whatsoever, and it's a waste of time. Like I said, just send out like love and positive impacts, comments and stuff like that to everybody to override their stupidity, because it's a waste of time. It is.
Well,
And
I know that when Love's Day came out, Felix was using that as a hashtag on his stuff. He was bullied so bad for that he quit using it. And I'm like, he helped write that song, right? So you bullying him for saying that as a hashtag, which is a song that he helped write, makes you an idiot.
right.
But still, he had to quit using it to quit getting bullied for it. It's just stupid stuff like that. I know that I know that there have been death threats for anybody they tried to ship Felix with, and then they tried to ship Punjin and Benny together, and so they bullied Felix because they didn't want Felix to come between them. And I'm like, it's not your business. It's not your business. My relationships are not your business. So why do you think their relationships are your business?
It's not.
They're family. And personally, I'm not real close with a lot of my family. Well, I guess we're closer than most families. But if somebody was attacking my cousin, do you really think I'm going to go date you at that point? Because I guarantee you the only thing you're going to get is hate back from me because you're bullying my cousin trying to get my attention. You know what I'm saying? So you have 8 brothers. And because you're a solo stand for one of these brothers, you start bullying all the other brothers. How do you think that's going to go over for you?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, it's not going to end well.
No, it's like trying to start a family feud because you want to date one of the brothers, but you hate the other 7. You're stupid. Stop. It's ridiculous.
That's not how you get invited to the cookout.
No.
No. That's how you get.
I wanted
that's
to
how
go
you get
to
put
a
on the
cookout.
blacklist. Yeah, that's how you get put on the banned list. So.
Right? I mean, how do you get entertained by being so cruel? I've never understand it. I do. And it gets to their head. It gets to their head to where, oh my god, I am so popular. Like, look at me. I'm the best thing out there. No, sweetheart, you're not. Because the fact that there are better people out there that are dealt with like a whole bunch of struggles and actually went through and made it through struggle. So
Yeah, there need to be superior, and to have attention
mhm.
is not more important than everyone else's safety and mental health.
Well, and the thing about this fandom that I have noticed is, and the statement I believe is very true, is we do not find stray kids, they find you. When you are at your low point in your life, somehow karma intervenes and brings these boys into your life to make you laugh. I mean, oh God, I didn't laugh for 2 years until I found these kids, and I was laughing so hard. Oh, it was amazing. Um, so when you have a group of boys that bring you out of that mental depression, and then you start attacking those, how do you think this is going to go over with the fandom?
Mhm.
These kids, I have seen story after story after story about how these kids inadvertently saved somebody's life. And so there's a loyalty thing there. And if you're trying to bully your way into something and you have a bunch of loyal fans, not going to go over well.
Yeah, there are thousands of stays who owe a life debt to the members of this group. Do you honestly think for a second we are not going to repay that debt?
Mhm.
Right.
In any
And
kind of
and
way.
Han has even commented about stays telling him that they saved their life. And I know that, we were talking about doing this on a topic, decided not to go there, but at the same point, we could literally take even anonymous stories of stays that will literally tell you they saved my life. And yeah,
They
and
were
I
on the
think they do
breaking
know.
point.
I think they do know. Yeah, I think that they do know that because they've been told enough from enough, enough of the fandom. But yeah, there's a loyalty thing there. It's just like olden days when you owe a life debt, you save a life, that person's going to repay you back, and they're going to protect you. Like we are going to protect them.
And
The one girl that was reporting about the jean miniskirt girls, one of them actually outed themselves by commenting on her post saying, you need to respect my privacy and take this stuff down. And she just blew a fuse. She's like, seriously, you're going to come on my stuff and talk to me about privacy when you're literally following these guys and cornering them in a gym? But let's talk about privacy. Okay.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks when karma catches up to you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Imagine that. Well, and one of the things when they were on Instagram, the comments on Instagram, oh my God. And people were like, well, they need to delete this comment. I'm like, you do realize there's 25,000 comments that staff is going to have to go through to find the bad comments. So asking somebody to do that when it's number one is probably not their job, but just the amount of time it takes to go through all those comments to delete the ones that you find. For every one you delete, three more is going to pop up. So quit asking. They're not superheroes. They can't go through and just delete all the bad comments at once.
Yeah, there's no filter for that.
No, there's not. Like on Bubble, I know that there's words that are banned, and I'm like, but why? It wasn't a bad word at all, but for some reason it wouldn't let you do it. It's not like that.
Well, on that, we should probably wrap up. And of course, now Sarah has disappeared.
Yeah, I know. There she is.
There we go.
Hi.
Yeah.
I've always liked to disappear, just saying. I got never
So
mind.
before we incriminate ourselves further with potential harm on malefactors, we should wrap this up. As always, if you want to join the conversation, comment here on YouTube, comment on our social media, share your thoughts with us. We want to know what you have to say. Follow us on our social media. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for watching Lady Racha. Follow us on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. Also, we like to feature K-Stay design for our nice t-shirts. Thank you. And that is a wrap. We will talk to you later. I don't know why I'm talking like I'm on the phone, but bye!
Bye.